Christmas is dead, summer has never seemed so far away, and we've just got past Blue Monday, statistically the most depressing day of the year. We'll ignore for the moment the fact that it's little more than a marketing trick designed to sell you holidays, and instead take this chance to round up our top 5 most depressing games ever. We'll make the first cut with Limbo. No one's saying that it isn't a fantastic game, because it absolutely is, but most of Limbo is about as uplifting as trapping your testicles in an ironing board. Presentation is a wistful veil of tears. It's like staring at a wet shopping trolley through dirty net curtains with the sobbing, mascara-stained eyes of a freshly dumped goth. And if that's not grim enough for you, the hero is a lumpy, fat-headed boy who spends most of his time being horribly mangled in bear traps, impaled on spikes, or sucked dry by a giant, juicy spider. Of course, there's a chance that you might find all of this hilarious, but if not, all you have to look forward to is the lights in his little pinprick eyes growing dim thanks to the cold, merciful embrace of death. Limbo is available now. Next up is Chuggas Party Quiz. Yes, you heard that right, and yes, it really does exist. Aside from the fact that no one in this video would go to a Keith Chegwin party, except for maybe the elderly couple who appear to be made of teak, this is a harrowing assault on the senses, the horror of which can only be matched by the Chegmeister himself coming around to your house at night and maybe pushing over your children. Just try and imagine how much fun it is to be forced to answer flavourless general knowledge questions by a dancing goblinoid caricature of the Chegginator, and now stop imagining it because it's actually real and it's horrible and it makes us want to cry. Just like the office prankster with a comedy bow tie and a colostomy bag of depressing tricks, the more Chuggas Party Quiz tries to force us to have fun, the more we want to pull out our own eyes just to stuff them in our ears. We haven't just picked this one because we're journalists and nerds and we have all the rhythmic acumen of tonal clippings, and it's not because motion control is basically rubbish and that you can't achieve anything by wobbling your pale, glistening, pelican-beaked arms that wouldn't be quicker and easier by just pressing a button. No, it's because Just Dance is actually what hell looks like. A bottomless abyss of gurning, waving, stamping, shouting, faceless ghouls staring out from their neon purgatory commanding you to dance until something inside you breaks, whether it's your soul or just some bones. And unlike going to an actual club, there's no chance of a consolatory late-night cuddle. Much like the title says, there is no love, no hope, no escape. Just dance. The best trick Heavy Rain pulls is starting you off in a bright family home that's like an advert for the everything's going to be fine range of IKEA. The only bad thing that can happen here is a slap on the wrist for some reckless table laying. It doesn't last though, and before long your joy is washed away by a balloon car clown incident, leaving you one sunlighter trapped in a formica hell of microwave dinners, serial killers and constant pissing rain. Main man Ethan spends a lot of time moping and weeping, journalist Madison dreams about being murdered, Scott Shelby looks a little bit like a sack, and the other one just doesn't matter. Heavy Rain might be an elegantly told, beautifully realised exercise in interactive storytelling, but a rainy Thursday in the Peterborough Job Centre is more likely to have you slapping your thigh with joy. Dog Day starts off okay. Lynch has got himself a steady job being a criminal, and despite looking like an evil version of Rolf from the Muppets, he's even bagged himself a girlfriend. Kane turns up and they plan one last big job before retirement, and anyone with an IQ of a walnut can see that all their plans will inevitably turn to fecal matter in their mouths. What's left is a stinking cocktail of sewage, blood and tears, which hits a new low when our heroes are caught and they're forced to make a stark, bollock, naked escape through Shanghai like a pair of sweating, lacerated, fat-back pigs. All that grime and misery might be worth it if the game itself didn't play like a YouTube snuff film recorded by a half-blind three-legged mammoth slowly dying of a ketamine overdose. But you know it does, and Kanan Lynch is so depressing that it makes Hitman, a game about a monosyllabic egghead who murders people for money, seem like a children's ride at Alton Towers. And if all of that was far too depressing for you, tune in next week when we'll be giving you a roundup of our top 5 most uplifting games. Great.